Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about pattern tonight. I'm going to show you some different pattern airplanes. This one happens to be an Angel's Shadow. This dates back to 2002, 2003. I also have one that came out in 1999, another Angel Shadow that I've been flying. Has well over 2,000 flights on it. This one happens to be a YS 140L powered. The other one I converted over to electric, but real sweet flying airplane. The next one's going to take you back to about 1965. This one's called a King Altair, and it was manufactured or drawn up by a gentleman in Chicago who was competing at the Nats against the designer of the Taurus. And you'll see that there's a very keen likeness in the tail to the Taurus, which was the king of pattern at the time. This is an 80-inch wingspan. It was designed for a 60. I happen to have YS 140L, or actually a DZ, that came out of the other Angel Shadow that I converted, that went into the nose of this one. So it's a little bit of a modified King Altair, but it's pretty sweet. And then a little later down the line came Phil Craft, and he designed this airplane. This one's called a Quick Fly. Quick Fly 3, as a matter of fact. And it was a big Hershey bar wing, 60 size, and did very well in the Nats in competition with it. This one I built with very little dihedral, and it does pretty well, especially with our current radio systems. So we're going to talk a little bit about pattern, what it is, what it isn't, and why get interested in pattern. Okay, let's talk just a minute about what pattern is for the sport flyer, and why. I've been asked a number of times, why do I fly pattern? I think one of the biggest reasons is I've been in this hobby and actually flying RC since 1979, and I've flown just about all the disciplines except for helicopters, and I find that I need something to actually do when I go out and fly, rather than just flying a circuit around the field 3 or 4 times and calling it good. Having a pattern to fly is the reason it's called pattern is there's a set sequence of maneuvers that you have to fly, and those maneuvers can be anything from just a roll, a loop, a turnaround maneuver, stall turn, just a Cuban 8, just a whole variety of maneuvers. And the way AMA has it set up, if you fly AMA pattern, is they have a sportsman, an intermediate, an advanced, a masters, and then of course there's the international FAI. And as a sport flyer, you don't have to fly any of those. You don't have to compete to be a pattern flyer. Basically all you have to do is set up in your mind that you're going to go up and you're either going to practice a specific maneuver, or you're going to go up and you're going to practice a series of maneuvers. Or if you want to compete and you feel like you want to compete against either yourself, which is basically what I try to do, or you compete against others when you're at a contest. You fly the actual AMA sportsman, intermediate, advanced, or masters patterns. The main thing about flying pattern is that it makes you a better pilot. It forces you to do things into disciplines that you're normally not really aware of. You may not normally turn right a lot. You may normally not fly inverted a lot. But with pattern, it forces you to do that. You may not knife edge at all. You may not do point rolls or slow rolls. But pattern will help you be a better pilot in gauging distance engaging what your airplane is doing and how long it's going to take you to do it and how long it's going to take you to get there. Make you a lot better pilot when it comes to landing and taking off than before. So that's really what I would recommend for sport flyers, is flying pattern to make yourself a better pilot, not necessarily to compete. And I think you'll have a lot of fun doing it. There are a lot of other pattern disciplines right now. You have the Society for the Senior Pattern Association, which is another SIG group off of AMA, which flies aircraft before the turnaround period. I believe it's 1979 or before. And with those airplanes, you're limited to a 60 size, and you're limited to a 60 size 2-stroke, or I think a 94-stroke is available. But you're limited to not using retracts. It's fixed gear only. No tune pipes, mufflers only. And it's just one maneuver at a time. Fly out, make your turnaround maneuver, and come back, do your maneuver center stage, and then you go out, make another turnaround, and come back and do it all over again. Between that and of course you have the larger group, the IMAC, which is the Miniature Aerobatic Club that flies full-scale style aerobatics. And then of course you have a number of disciplines and control line that will also do precision aerobatics. So pattern is nothing more than a sequence of maneuvers that you fly that helps you be a better pilot, plain and simple. I can't put it any better than that. So I hope you try it. Give it a shot.